Jehovah God made it clear in the Bible that men and women have a different position. In English, the prefix sub, which is in the words submarine, subsoil, and subway, means under. The Bible says that women are to be in subjection, which means under-positioned. Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21 says, wives should be in subjection to their husbands. Satan, who hates Jehovah and men who are made in Jehovah's image, is constantly promoting feminism and the lifting up of women to equality with men. His goal is to destroy everything Jehovah has made and arranged. This will lead to colder and angrier men and more homosexuality, which Jehovah hates. To the shock of those who trusted the slave class of Jehovah's Witnesses, the governing body has adopted this satanic teaching and has made it part of the organization's teachings. They have repeatedly contradicted the Bible and said that women are equal to men. They have even gone further and said that women are better than men. One example of this is in their article entitled "A Place for Women in Construction," which can be found in an internet search. They have taught Jesus' sheep repeatedly that both men and women are made in the image of Jehovah, when the Bible says in Genesis chapter 1 verse 27, God proceeded to create the man in his image. And 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verses 7 to 9 says, a man ought not to have his head covered, as he is God's image and glory, but the woman is man's glory, because man is not out of woman, but woman out of man. And what is more, man was not created for the sake of woman, but woman for the sake of man. The governing body, which calls itself the modern part of the slave class, has outspokenly contradicted these inspired scriptures. They have done so to harmonize their teachings with Satan's world. They can therefore be described as nothing else but apostates. In their recent convention entitled Love Never Fails, the governing body said that they love all the members of their organization. But is it true that they love the brothers? Would they belittle the image of God, lower him, and raise women over them if they truly love them? In their Love Never Fails convention, they again repeated their teaching that facial hair, obviously referring to a man's beard, could stumble others and would therefore be un-Christ-like because Jesus didn't please himself. But who did Jesus please? Did he please Satan? Jesus pleased his Father, Jehovah, who created men with beards. Jehovah said in Leviticus chapter 19 verse 27, you must not cut the edge of your beard. If masculinity causes Satan's children to stumble, should Christian men make themselves effeminate? While repeating this unscriptural teaching, they said absolutely nothing about all the so-called sisters who are cutting their hair very short and dressing like men. Not one mention of that new satanic trend was mentioned. They are in complete favour of feminism. They turn a blind eye to what Jehovah has clearly said he hates. This is what Jehovah says in Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5. No clothing of a man should be put upon a woman, neither should a man wear the clothing of a woman. For anybody doing these things is something detestable to Jehovah your God. Jehovah hates gender changing, and so do all genuine Christians. Is a woman having short hair just a matter of choice? 1 Corinthians chapter 11 clearly says, if it is disgraceful for a woman to be shorn or shaved, let her be covered. Does not nature itself teach you that if a man has long hair, it is a dishonor to him? But if a woman has long hair, it is a glory to her, because her hair is given her instead of a covering. This is a scriptural issue of importance. It is connected with the way Jehovah created humans and the arrangement of different positions that we all have. Satan wants to disgrace women by removing their femininity and making them look like men. He wants to disgrace men by removing their higher position and making them effeminate and tender. Jehovah loves both men and women and hates what Satan is doing to them. How angry Jehovah and Jesus must be to see that those who claim to represent them have joined Satan and are also disgracing men and women. What false and hypocritical love! The governing body has been repeatedly warned over a period of a decade, but they have refused to listen. They continue to tell others that they must submit to biblical counsel, but they themselves refuse to listen to any counsel that is given to them. Jehovah has seen all this and will not leave it go unpunished for much longer. Jesus says in Revelation chapter 2 verse 22 and 23, "I'm going to throw those committing adultery with her into great tribulation, and her children I will kill with deadly plague, so that all the congregations will know that I am he who searches the kidneys and hearts, and I will give to you individually according to your deeds." Those who commit spiritual adultery with the goddess of feminism will suffer badly during the Great Tribulation. The Jehovites of Empire of Jehovah reject all satanic propaganda and are determined to hold faithful to the Holy Bible. We love the role and glory that Jehovah gave to the woman, and we honor and respect the position given to the man. Together we will restore the true worship of Jehovah, gather together Christ's stumbled sheep, and outspokenly expose all apostates and liars.